This is our new Cruxgg 9qt Trizone air fryer. We usually turn them upside down to get them out of the box. There we go. Looks a lot smaller than it looked before I took it out, but there you go. Looks pretty basic. Here's the air fryer, and there's the manual. Here is the manual. Alright, so I had to untape the drawer to pull it out of the air fryer. Now my wife's getting the rest of the stuff that was packaged inside it out. I don't know what those things are called, but
these are the air fry grates. And what's neat about this, I did go through the manual just a little bit here. You can do two things at once, or I'm sure it's easy. You can do one big thing at once. So that's actually kind of neat. And with this particular air fryer, I read in the manual that you can actually do two different completely, that's dumb, I have to edit that part out. Two different time zones and temperature zones. So say you want jalapeno poppers in this side and french fries in this side. In the manual it said that you can actually program them to cook at different temperatures and times, even though it's all in one unit. So that's actually something that I've never came across before, so that's really neat. And that's the unboxing and unwrapping. These do have to stay on, just so you know, and they won't, if they do come off, they're pretty easy to just put back on the edges where they go. But yeah, so that was kind of neat seeing all that on the inside there. And with most air fryers, you do have to wash and rinse out the tray and parts with some warm soapy water before you do any cooking with them. So that's what I'm going to do here really quick. Alright, so now that I have the basket itself along with the inserts and the crisping tray, I have them all cleaned out and ready to use. I'm going to go ahead and just put them back in there just for the sake of showing you how the display works. Going through the user manual here, there's a lot of really good information, and that is obviously extremely helpful if you're using a brand new machine like I am. So just going through the manual on page 10 and 11, it's going about the left and right zone basket control, and then the time or temperature, and then if you want a reminder little tone, it tells you how to set that on your Cruxxgg. And the dual mode is kind of neat because you can actually cook two different foods at the same time, and if you do it just right, you can actually have both of them finish cooking at the same time, which I think that's kind of unique for this particular brand. I haven't came across a brand that actually does that yet, so this is the first one that I've come across. So on page 11 here towards the bottom, it's talking about the sync of the baskets, and it says both the left and the right zones must first be programmed. And so what that's saying is you just program, you know, your left side for whatever time and temperature you want, and then you'll move on to the right side and do the same thing. And then you should be able to sync them together so that they can finish cooking at the same time. So I'm anxious to see if I can get that working for us today. Let's just see what else I got in the manual here. And it, you know, like I said, page 12 goes into before using for the first time, and that's just cleaning out your machine. Definitely never use this air fryer for deep fry foods. And it even has your default times and temperatures here, and it even tells you if you need to, you know, shake your food or not. With the broil and the reheat and the dehydrate, you do not need to do that. And then it goes into full lengthy detail of just the whole touchscreen itself and how to use both zones on your machine and how to use the full basket without the divider. We are going to skip over to the dual mode, which is on page 16 of the manual, and I'm going to try to use both zones. And that is with the basket divider. Sorry, excuse me. That is not the right one that I was going to look at. I apologize for that. I'm going to, let me just see here. I know I saw it in here just a second ago before I got on here. I know it's in here. The question is, can I find it again? But it is really, I mean, this is definitely chock full of really good information on everything. So, on every little feature. So, let me go back to, I was on the right one, I'm sorry. Both zones in the full basket with divider. Okay. That is what I want. So I was correct. 16 is the page that I want. And it says to plug the cord in, press the power button, and I'm going to be trying to do some fish sticks and some pizza bites in here. And we're going to be air frying both of them. So I'm going to see if I can get this turned on. And I want to do the dual mode here. I think it might let me push this button. Or it might not. As you can see, touchscreens are definitely not my favorite. And so, by default, it'll let you program the left side first, and then it'll let you program the right side. And so I want to, well, let me back out of here, because I want to do the sync thing if I can. So, and it said, okay, I want to do this. There we go. Again, touchscreen, so you gotta love it. So you'll see here, it's illuminated. The left is blinking. And so, like I said, you'll pre-program that one first. And the screen looks a little bit different for you. So for the sake of fish sticks, because I have them handy right here, and I'm just following the package directions. For the air fryer, it says place 8 to 10 sticks in the air fry basket. Fry fish sticks at 400 degrees for 9 to 12 minutes. And so you can see it's already at 400 degrees, so I'm just going to adjust my time over here and go down to 12 minutes if I can. Okay. And I want to sync, so I'm going to see if that'll let me. Okay. And then the right one are these little pizza bites. And I am just going to follow the oven preparation instructions on here. It says to actually have your oven / air fryer. I'm going to preheat it actually to 400 degrees, which is what it's set on over here. Hold on, I want to see if okay, there we go. I don't know if y'all just saw that, but since I'm air frying on the one side, I just went ahead and pushed the air fry button again to start programming the right side. So I'm going to leave it at 400 degrees, and I believe these say to cook 11 to 12 minutes as well. So ironically, these should finish at the same time. So I'm just going to adjust my time here on this side again, and I'm going to do 12 minutes there, and I'm going to see if I hit the sync button again, if that's how I finish this. Okay, as you can see, the sync button is now not flashing anymore, so I think that might mean that we're good to go. So while it's blinking still, I'm going to go ahead and put my pizza bites and my fish sticks in here before I turn this thing on, and cross my fingers and hope that it works out for us. So it's always a new journey and experience testing out new products when you're live here, or I shouldn't say live, but you know what I mean. So anyway, I just put a little handful of pizza bites in there, and like I said, I'm just going to grab a handful of fish sticks. And this is neat because now you can cook, 2 different things at a time. You don't have to just cook one at a time and then switch it over and, all that jazz. So I got those in there. I'm going to close it back up. I'm going to hit the start pause button here. I'm going to see if it'll do the thing. Okay. we are rocking and rolling. As you can see, both my timers are counting down right now, and so I will be back in 12 minutes with some delicious snacks. Alright, as you can see there, we are clearly at the end, which is exciting, and both the sides are done. Again, it's just ironic that I picked two things that ended at the same time anyway. And so I am going to go ahead and push the power button. I actually didn't get it in time, it turned itself off, which is good. Now the moment of truth. Are both sides cooked? And by golly, we have success. Let me get a little pot holder here so I can pull this out and give you all a better look. And the oven mitt was just a habit. I am used to working with other air fryers, and grabbing the oven mitt is just, like I said, it's just a habit. I'll zoom you guys out here a little bit. So yeah, I have successfully cooked fish sticks and pizza bites in my Cruxgg. Let me get my little pamphlet here, my little manual, in the Cruxgg 9 quart Trizone air fryer. And there you have it.